It may be a teacher, it may be a doctor, it may be the bus driver.
In some instances, you may not be, one, aware that you're being recorded, or two, you may not be aware that it's being shared. Every time it is shared, that person is re-victimized.
On November 13th, Matthew Johnson came face to face with federal agents at his door for the second time. His case started in California, where he worked as a school counselor.
According to my son and a few other kids, he's always in the hallway, and his office is right next to the kindergarten area. It's next to the bathrooms.
Fear and frustration is growing at La Sierra Academy in Riverside as parents learn of the disturbing allegations involving child pornography and a hidden camera being made against Matthew Johnson, a school counselor. The criminal investigation now involves 2 agencies in 2 counties. Riverside police are handling accusations that the 30-year-old secretly recorded boys in a bathroom at the school.
We do have some digital evidence to corroborate that, and under his own admission, we believe that he did install some type of hidden recording device in a bathroom. We don't know how long that had been going on, and we don't know how many images or recordings were made. We do have many.
This is where Matthew Johnson was arrested on Wednesday in San Bernardino County. Officials say in an apartment in Loma Linda, more than 600 images of child pornography were seized, many of prepubescent boys. During an undercover operation, Fontana police say they caught Johnson as detectives scoured the internet for predators.
This morning there was a lot of parents. I saw fathers crying. I saw mothers that were confused.
Jolie Ramirez wants answers from administrators at the Seventh-day Adventist school about why, in her words, Matthew Johnson's counseling door was always closed with students inside.
He was very involved with the youth at church here. Just last week, I shook my hand, introduced himself because my son ran up and said that he was an amazing person. And so to find this out, I'm like, I shook his hand. I wish I could go back.
Records say Johnson was in possession of over 600 child pornography images.
They're a predator. They're a child predator. They're a hunter. Hunters are going to put themselves in places where their prey is. And for these guys, their prey are the kids. So you're going to find them in school teaching positions. You're going to find them in youth minister positions. They're going to position themselves where they can have access to the children.
And that's not just the case with Johnson. Herndon brags about his job to Chadwick in messages, the same job the FBI used to locate him at Texas A&M's Engineering Extension Service. Herndon held a trusted position in a place that hosted current and future students. Texas A&M fired him early this month. Edward Green, who started the chain of events that led agents to Herndon, also worked as a university leader. Green's LinkedIn shows he commanded Coastal Carolina University's ROTC after retiring from the military. But Green had his secrets. In conversations with federal agents, Green detailed a life where child exploitation was instilled as normal, beginning with his own childhood.
There were some family issues involved with that, but basically I wanted to go out and be on my own.
Back in California, federal agents arrested Matthew Johnson in March of 2020, the same time a worldwide pandemic hit. He was released on bail, and shortly after, Johnson's case fell through the cracks, until he relocated to Texas with his wife.
All the investigations that we have done here locally, I cannot think of an instance where we haven't worked with the local partners. Brazos County in particular is really fortunate to have very professional, cooperative, and a cohesive law enforcement community.
In just the last year, Brazos County has handled 5 arrests related to child pornography cases. 3 of those have been since just November.
It is something that happens in the shadows. It's not something that people advertise that they're into child pornography.
But how do you combat something people work so hard to hide?
Brazos County in particular is really fortunate to have very professional, cooperative, and a cohesive law enforcement community. They're continually helping each other out, they're continually helping us out, and the same goes for the nonprofits.
The Brazos Valley has resources, not just for those investigations, but for those victims.
They're going to need counseling, they're going to need help.
One of those is Scotty's house.
We know that Sexual abuse is a part of a child's story. We don't want it to be the entire story. We want it to be just a chapter in the story of their life.
It takes an incredible amount of work and a lot of willing advocates.
That trauma is going to be with them the rest of their life. They need to have the skills to deal with it the rest of their life, so that if a child or later an adult is triggered, they know what to do to make sure they're taking care of themselves.
But these victims can only make it to a place like Scotty's house with help.
There is help. If you find yourself in this cycle of victimization, please reach out and let somebody know there are resources available.
We really push the parents to give the kid an avenue to talk to somebody so we can get the appropriate help for them.
They're going to need trusted adults to one, be comfortable enough to come forward and say, I am a victim, whether that's a teacher, parent, law enforcement, whoever. I would just encourage the community to be vigilant, parents to educate themselves, teachers and victims to make an outcry if you feel like that's happening.
If you're concerned about someone you know, you can make a tip online now at ic3.gov or by calling 1-800-CALL-FBI. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children also has resources online for filing a report or beginning a conversation. Thank you for watching.